Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Akooji Badat. I'm the chairman of a local masjid, Madrasa Nurul Islam, Snowdon Street, Batley, West Yorkshire in England. It's better known as Snowdon Street Mosque, Batley. Just a few things on the COVID-19, and today's date is Saturday, 8th of August 2020. This is our organization, Snowdon Street Mosque, and we're affiliated with the IMWS. There's about 8 masjids that's affiliated with IMWS, which means Indian Muslim Welfare Society, and we usually work together with PKWA, which is the Pakistan and Kashmir Welfare Association. And I think I'm trying to address everybody, and I speak on behalf of local masajids, I believe. Just very quickly, that from today, the masjids, everybody has to wear the face mask. It's compulsory, so from today, Fajr Namaz, everybody should have worn the face mask, and it is basically compulsory. इसमें please excuse मत निकालिए कि conspiracy theories, keep it to one side. Whether there is or not, keep it to one side. The fact is, the law says you've got to wear one, and you've got to wear one unless you are exempt. And if you are exempt and you've got a reasonable excuse, see the committee men, and it depends on whether they buy it or not. I mean, we don't want every Tom, Dick and Harry trying to say, well, I'm exempt. If you're not exempt, then you're not exempt. Otherwise, the masjid committees, very quickly, these are the guidelines. Look, take a snapshot of this if you want. It basically says that do mosques need to provide face coverings? No, they don't have to. But most we do here. But don't make a habit of it. Could I be refused access if I don't wear one? It says here, yes. Yes. If basically, to cut a long story short, so face coverings, advice from mosque and worshippers. So please try to wear one. There's also a lot of information from Kirklees Council. There you go. It's leader, Councillor Shabia Pandor, leader of council. Jackie Gedman, chief executive of Kirklees, and Rachel Spencer Hensall, public health somebody. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, listen, we need to wear the mask. We need to wear the face mask, and we need to wear it in every namaz. Once you come inside the masjid, or before you enter the masjid, you must put the face mask on. So inside you've got the face mask, and when you have finished prayers, when you are going outside, please do not take the face mask off until you go right outside. And the other important point is, when you are wearing a face mask, just like this. This is how you wear it, not like this. So you're wearing it half, or the whole idea is to wear it, otherwise it would defeat the object. So please wear the mask properly and accordingly, so that you are respecting the others who are wearing it. I know some of you may be exempt because you've got bronchitis and you need to see the committee person, and I'm pretty certain that if you are genuine, they'll believe you, and then you can be exempt from it. 1 meter apart when you're wearing the face mask, 2 meters apart if you're not. So that's gone out now, because it's compulsory that you've got to wear the face mask. So all to wear face mask compulsory from Saturday, which is today, 8th of August, and it's in every prayers, okay? And then you can have 1 meter, yani ki ek musalla, one musalla, and it should be sufficient. This is 1 meter here, by the way, 1 meter there. And usually it works, 1 meter. I've been doing my measurements. Can I also encourage the masajids that you keep one toilet open for emergency for those people who are vulnerable? There's a lot of masjids that's becoming pharaohs. Stop being mean. The members pay you, and accordingly, because they pay you, you should keep some services. And I suggest, better than sanitizing with your hands with the sanitizer, keep a wuzu khana open so that they can do the wuzu and they can at least wash the hands. Washing the hands is better than sanitizing the hands. I don't think people realize that. So that's we do here at Snowdon Mosque, and cooperate with your council. The next thing is that nikahs. nikahs, 30 people are allowed in nikahs. It's not 10, it's 30 people allowed in nikahs. Now here's the catch. Here's the catch frame. Nikahs, 30 people are allowed. And maybe if there's few more, send them to another room or way behind. If after Jummah there's a nikah and the people that's already in the Jummah don't want to go because they're still saying their individual prayers, maybe, yeah, it's okay, because I've had a word with Kirklees Council and they said it's your self-assessment and management. If you can control it, it's okay. So I suppose it can't be worse than the Jummah prayers, can it? Because in Jummah prayers we distancing ourselves, wearing masks, and it can be managed. So yeah, but 30 people. But now here's the catch. I myself, in my son's wedding, the police came. They went round a couple of times and then they knocked on the door and then said, "Hello, Mr. Badat, we've had a report from anonymous report that you've had 130 people in your Rukhsati, my son's Rukhsati wedding." And I said, "No, who's told you that? It's 30 people. That's what we had." And he says, "Have you got a list?" I said, "No, I haven't got a list. But anyway, it was only 30. So he says, "Oh, so you're admitting it was 30. And I said, "Yeah, of course. We've got guidelines at the mosque." And then the policeman, absolutely wonderful police officers, they said that it's 30 for your civil marriage in the mosque. Here, it's only 5 and 6. So only 5, 6 people, or plus in the bubble, maybe your daughter with a couple of kids. So 6, 7 people that can do barbecue or enjoy eating. So please don't mix the nikah with the eating. There's no eating. You cannot have parties. Some people are turning, sort of twisting it and hiring restaurants. So 30 people are allowed in the restaurant and they're, nicking it in that manner. But I won't do it if I were you, because it's not allowed. Kharaj bachao, paise, give it in Palestine or, in the poor Syria, give a few £100 there and they'll enjoy it. It's a pound a meal there. Right, so nikahs, funerals, right. In funerals, you're allowed about 30 people in funerals, but at cemeteries, you're only about 15. You're only allowed about 15 people in the cemetery when the burial is actually taking place, right? So don't mix that with the namaz. The namaz, like in Snowdon, if you can put the funeral at the front and you can distance your prayers 1 meter with the mosque, you can have the full capacity that your mosque can provide. So if your mosque was 200 and with the shortfall and calculations of 1 meter distancing, it's 80, 90, then full 80, 90 people can be allowed for a funeral prayer in the masjid. Okay, so let's get that cleared. But in cemeteries, keep it minimum, please. Right, next, weddings. Right, well, I've told you about weddings. Yeah, like I said, when you're wearing the mask, make sure you cover the nose. Nose is very important, otherwise you're defeating the object. Right, the prayer mats. The prayer mats are something which people don't seem to realize, that when you are doing the siddah, the both hands, the forehead, and your nose and everything has got to be on the prayer mat. Some people are bringing small mats and they're putting the hands on the carpet, which again defeats the object. You've got to do it so that your full forehead and your both hands. So if you bring in a small prayer mat, I mean, what we're doing here is, if you forget your prayer mat, the A3, have I got an A3 paper here? Have I? Yes. Oh no. Right, so double this paper is A3. This is A3 paper. So we're giving these free, so you can use these. Double these. That's A3. So A3 papers are something that we supply free, and I suggest you all supply free to your musallis in the mosque. And if they forget, it can be used as temporary. So you can get your both hands on there and your face on there, and then he has to take it home and throw it in the bin. Don't leave it in the mosque, right? So that's like second. The other thing, face mask like these, we give them free. You've got a lot of money that people give you at your mosque, but at the same time, don't make a habit of it. Please, members, musallis, don't make a habit of it. It is the era of face mask, COVID-19. You've got to wear it in shops. You've got to wear it in masjids, and don't make a habit of it. Get these quality ones where you can wash them, the washables, Nike ones or whatever, and you know, otherwise you have to wear one. Don't please come in without one. The other one is toilets. Yeah, keep one toilet open, at least one toilet for emergency, and keep the wuzu khanas open. That's my advice. I know most masjids don't, and that's because you're being mean. You're harassing your members. They've got a right to the masjids thing, which is, you can easily sanitize them. I mean, hot water does sanitize it in any case. It's very easily sanitizable if you keep a couple of wuzu khanas open and one toilet minimum open. Right. Imamas, yeah, imamas. One, I think Yunus Lunat's nephew, he said that, you know, when you wear the imamas on the mosque, it's a sunnah of our Prophet Muhammad, and it's like he wears it and then he rounds it on their neck. So just put it round. You don't have to have face mask, and that is the sunnah. Sawab bhi zyada mil jayega. So that's the update from me, Akooji Badat. I hope you've enjoyed my little video, and please look after each other. If there's any old people, look after them. Young kids, I think under the 11 years old, they don't have to wear the mask. People with breathing difficulties, and you know, don't try to insult anybody. If a person might not want to tell you what his symptoms are, he wants to basically be quiet about what he's suffering from, don't insult him. Just, you know, work it out with him. And those people who are trying to take advantage, you know, trying to get cocky with you, just show them the way. That's the way there. That's the door. You know, if they're getting cheeky with you and regularly not wearing the mask, despite the fact that there's nothing wrong with them, don't let them get away with it. Otherwise, they'll get hold of you and eventually it'll collapse. So we've got to work together, respect each other, and ciao for now. Right. So I think I've covered everything. And make duas for everybody. Beirut, there's been a bomb explosion, and all the brothers and sisters who have passed away. There's a lot of people dying, and there's a lot of ulamas that's dying. 135 died last week. Keep making duas, keep looking after each other, keep being obedient to your parents, the youngsters, and look after your masajids. And don't just look after your masajids, look after the old people, whichever race, whichever color, even the churches. If you see a church getting smashed, report it to the police. So, Assalamu alaikum, Hudafiz, Akooji Badat. And I'm going to put this on YouTube. Please don't download it and start putting it away, because people don't have space in their phones, and then they delete it. So if it's on the YouTube, it'll get read and then you don't have to store it. Intelligence. Assalamu alaikum, Hudafiz, Akooji Badat, Saturday, 8th of August 2020.